Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I guess today is going to be a little bit of a rant, and this is the sort of stuff that I was really known for 10, 11 years ago. The stuff that, people really appreciated about me was me just calling out the scams and stuff in this industry. And to me, it's amazing that anyone out there expects integrity or honesty in an industry that's built on selling supplements. I mean, given so many supplement scams, it's always turned out that the overwhelming majority of supplements out there that are supposed to help you build muscle, to gain strength, to lose body fat have turned out to be scams. I mean, we're talking something like 90 to 95% of them, when meta-analysis come out, they don't work. They don't work. Furthermore, when you take the fact that the majority of the supplements are created in America, which has laws against selling things that work, right? So, and a lot of people are unaware of that. So if you have a product developed in the U.S., which is the kind of the base of the supplement industry around the world, they're not legally allowed to make things that work. They get put into the category of controlled substances. In other words, if you make a product that's really shown in a lab to help burn fat or to build muscle to any meaningful degree, it gets outlawed once it's really documented and shown to work. So it's either a very, very short-lived product, right? It's a very short-lived product if it works, or it just simply doesn't work, right? Because if it does work, they can't leave it on the shelf a real long time. And you also find this whole industry, they spike all sorts of stuff in them. They've been caught over and over and over and over and over and over putting illegal drugs in supplements so that people get a response and then they take them back out later, right? So, everyone's out there expecting all these influencers and the people who are giving you information to have integrity of any type or to be honest. Well, you can't expect that in this industry, right? They're selling supplements. And if they're making their livelihood off pushing supplements, they can't be honest and have integrity. It's almost impossible to do. So when people stand up and say then, well, I believe this person about this or that, really you believe that if they tell you they're drug free, that you believe it? Well, they're already selling you supplements, so you know that they're profiting off of dishonesty as a general rule. How can you expect integrity? And just look at the history of the whole industry and bodybuilders, and it used to just be known that back in the day, all of it was just exaggeration. In the bodybuilding world, it's big time known for that. They exaggerate everything from their arm measurements to their heights, everything else. And when they're measured later, it turns out that they were adding, a lot of size there. Like their arms weren't actually 22 inches. It's when they were later measured, they were 19 and a half. Or 20 and a half, while saying, oh, I had 22-inch arms. Well, they actually didn't. So it's all prone to exaggeration. I mean, some of even the most beloved longtime people in the industry have plenty of fake claims that they never retracted, that they still leave up. I'm not going to name the name in this one. There's at least one person who claims to have been a powerlifting champion and broke all these records, claimed to be like a national judo champion, all this stuff, but when you look into it, they never actually did any of it, right? You look into their powerlifting records, they never set anything close to powerlifting records. They weren't champions. They were pretty strong, and they are still strong. But that's someone with an enormous history and millions of followers on multiple platforms and who is beloved, who also claims natty and obviously isn't. I mean, that sums up the fitness industry, right? That sums up the fitness industry in a nutshell. The people who will get up and flat out lie about their gear use, they'll claim to have titles and numbers and records, oftentimes, and just maintain that for 10, 15 years. They'll continue to leave those on their website saying, I did this and that, but it's not actually there. They didn't actually do it, while selling you products that don't work. Okay, that is the fitness industry. So, when people come up and they say, well, I believe this person in the industry is honest, or they have integrity, but they really don't. I mean, and that's normal. That's normal in this industry. And how can you expect them to when you have a whole industry, again, that's built upon selling products that doesn't work? And everyone who's in it has every reason in the world to be enhanced. It's in the best interest of their business to be enhanced, and in most cases to lie about it. Right? And, when people say, but, well, I believe them, well, why? What makes you think that they wouldn't have been weeded out by the competition already? It's not like they have any way to enforce it. You can't make them be drug-free, right? You can't force them to do it. They can just do it and lie about it, and nothing preventing them from doing it. So that's the problem. And I think, when people talk about these things and they want to talk about there being integrity, but how can there be in this industry? Especially if most of the people in it are involved in selling supplements. They can't. And we saw it over and over. Remember with branched chain amino acids, which I got sued over, and then all these meta-analysis came out by calling them out, calling out the research, because people had a lot of money tied up in that. 50% of the influencers, including the evidence-based ones, if not more, were selling branched chain amino acids. Of course, I got sued over calling them out and wasn't selling them. But they were selling them. Then these meta-analyses come out saying they don't work. Did any of those people apologize? Even the ones who quit selling them, because some of them kept selling them, even the ones who quit selling them, does anybody remember any of those people apologizing? Saying, oh, it turned out this product doesn't work. I'm sorry that I sold it. I'm sorry that I made $100,000 selling it in affiliate sales. Did any of them do that? Did anyone apologize? None of them. We're selling a product that turned out to not work. They jumped the gun on some preliminary research that was very clearly biased. Of course, I got shut down for saying that. All these people sold it. They didn't apologize for it. And I think that would have been acceptable for many of them. Look, they did something a little dishonest. You apologized for it. Okay. Might be willing to overlook it at that point. They didn't even apologize. Some of them kept selling them. Some of them are still selling them. If people expect integrity, it's impossible in this industry. The whole industry is built on lies. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.